Some places don't exist on any blueprint. Some rooms were never built. And some doors open only when no one is watching. This is the story of room 313. A room that shouldn't exist. A room that remembers everyone who enters. Ethan Marsh had just started his first night as a hotel security guard. The Crescent Hollow Hotel, a 12-story antique luxury building, long past its glory days. It was nearly empty now, except for a few guests and Ethan, who was on the graveyard shift. SFX, flickering fluorescent lights, coffee machine whir. He settled into the security room around midnight, sipping bitter coffee, watching 6 monitors, each covering different floors of the hotel. Nothing unusual. Quiet halls. Silent elevators. Still lobby. But at 12:37 a.m., one screen began to glitch. SFX, static hum, clicking monitor sounds. It was camera 5. The label read, 13th floor, East Wing. Ethan paused. There was no 13th floor. He double-checked the panel beside the monitor. Then turned to the blueprint on the wall. It clearly showed only 12 floors. And yet, the camera feed showed a dim, dusty hallway. Cracked tiles. Wallpaper peeling. A strange red door at the far end. On the screen, a figure emerged. A woman in a white nightgown, walking toward the camera, barefoot, head tilted, long black hair. It wouldn't allow it. He tried to zoom. The screen glitched. When it cleared, the hallway was empty again. Against his better judgment, Ethan left the security room and headed to the elevator. SFX, elevator ding, old creaking metal. He pressed 12. But when the doors closed, the panel changed. The numbers flickered, then stopped at 13. The elevator dinged again, but it was silent. No voice. No sound. The doors opened. And Ethan stepped into the hallway from the footage. Everything smelled old, damp. The air was thick. At the end of the hall, a door. Room 313. On the door, a faded plaque, "Do not enter after 3:13 a.m." Ethan's watch buzzed, 3:12 a.m. A cold breeze whispered down the hall. He reached for the doorknob. The door creaked open. SFX, door groaning, slow footsteps. The room was untouched. Vintage furniture, rotary phone, ticking clock. The time read 3:13. On the bed was a file folder, labeled, Incident Report, Ethan Marsh. His own name. Dated, July 5, 1997. Exactly 28 years ago to the day. Ethan was stunned. His hands trembled as he opened it. Inside, photos of himself, younger, dead. Slumped in a chair, eyes open, lifeless. He backed away. Behind him, the mirror on the wall rippled like water. His reflection no longer matched. Ethan woke on the bed in room 313. Again. The clock, 3:13 a.m. He left the room. Opened the door into the same hallway. Again. Room 313 stood in front of him. He tried the elevator. The elevator only opened to room 313. He tried breaking the mirror. It reformed. He tried closing his eyes and walking blindly. He still ended up at the door. Time didn't exist here. The only constant was 3:13 a.m. and the soft whispering in the walls. You never left. You just forgot. Back in the real hotel, a new security guard takes over the next night. He reviews the cameras. Camera 5 flickers. It shows room 313 and Ethan, still inside, pacing, screaming silently. The guard calls maintenance. They laugh. There's no 13th floor, they say. Never was. The new guard rewinds the tape, but it doesn't let him. He zooms in. Ethan turns to face the camera. And smiles. Inside room 313, Ethan no longer sleeps. He stares at the mirror. The woman in white now sits beside him. She never speaks. She only stares. And one day, years later, the hotel is being renovated. Workers discover a sealed door behind a wall on the 12th floor. The door is red. The number reads 313. Inside, they find a single chair, a wall clock frozen at 313, and a mirror. Nothing else. Until they check the mirror and see a man still sitting there, smiling, whispering, 313, 313. If you ever stay in a hotel and the elevator skips from 12 to 14, ask yourself, where did 13 go? And if you see a red door with a number that doesn't match, don't open it. Because room 313 remembers. And once you enter, you never leave.